Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon, good evening, or morning, wherever and whenever you are. It is I, Shark, Chris. I've arrived. And today we're going to be talking about ContraPoints. We're going to be talking about Twitter and how much I hate it. I still hate it. I'm never going to not hate it. Ain't never going to stop hating you. Oh, we have a real fun one today. Oh, we have a real good one today, boys. And then after that, I think I'm going to be playing some Sekiro or Dark Souls. It's one of the two. I'm not sure. I'll have to see. Probably Sekiro. I haven't played it in a while, and I don't want to get really bad at it because that's a game you actually have to be good at to have fun in. Today I'm a little bit tired, so I may stop to like get some black tea or something, because that has caffeine in it. Not like coffee does, but it's enough. And I don't want to be drinking coffee all that often. I've been drinking more coffee recently, and it's usually like at this time of night, like at 6 or something or 7, to make sure I don't fall asleep during the stream, because a lot of the times I stop my stream early because I'm just tired. I'm just really tired. It's hard to focus. So, but first, I did want to talk about this recent stuff with Natalie, with Contra, the same person if you don't know. And then we can hop into a game. Okay? Sounds cool to everybody? Sounds good? Just 1 second. Let me make sure I get everything situated, and then we can move on with this. All right? Okay. You go over here. I do not want to speak to you right now, okay? You can stay over here. You can stay over there, okay?
Sometimes I wonder if people can fall in those songs.
I'm gonna turn that up just a tiny bit.
How is that possible?
I'm gonna keep the music on,
I found myself in the same position.
mostly because it's just easier to talk while something is in the background.
That love.
And okay.
You need to forget it. Just move on and be like everybody.
All right. So, it's Drama Boys, all right? Let's get right into the news. Let's hop right into it. Okay, so big cam time. All right. You listen. Okay. ContraPoints. Because this is the main actor of who we're going to be talking about today. ContraPoints. Who are they? What are they? What do they smell like? And what do they look like? I can answer a couple of those questions. I do not know what she smells like. They are a YouTuber. They are a left-wing trans YouTuber who makes videos on fascism, makes videos on transness and her experience on the internet, makes videos about conservatism and stuff like that from a left-wing perspective. Good person all around. And this is their channel. Let me show you. Like I've never shown anyone before. What is going on? There we go. Let me show you. Okay, this is ContraPoints. Look, everything is pink. Everything is neon. Everything is beautiful. Everything is extremely feminine. Look at all this. Wow. Look, she has a face. She has hair, right? Listen, amazing, isn't this? Look, pronouns. It's a video about pronouns. If you didn't understand, are traps gay? A question of the ages 11 months ago. ContraPoints is someone I really look up to. Great person, very nuanced, and is someone who can stand by what she believes, right? Good person. So what happened? So ContraPoints had a little bit of drama, all right? Had a little bit of, she did a little she did a little stinky, all right? And then a lot of the community, on Twitter at least, which is a cesspool of degeneracy and garbage, who that does not facilitate any sort of real debate about anything or nuance. It's where nuance and good ideas go to die. Twitter is not a good place unless you completely do not engage with any sort of thing that happens in Twitter whatsoever. That's the only time Twitter is good. So what's going on? So ContraPoints left Twitter, right? ContraPoints made a tweet about how lots of tweets. Okay, lots of things are building into this. I can't go into everything, but made a tweet about how okay, I'm getting too ahead of myself. Okay, I want to set some ground rules. All right, male to female trans person. ContraPoints is binary. That means she went from being a man to being a woman. That's how this works. Okay, so this happens, and what ContraPoints said was she wants to be viewed as just that, just a woman. No, does not want to be viewed as a trans woman, right? That's just the title of how to explain these people while they're transitioning and how we view them in society. But ultimate goal is this person transitions from one gender to the other, and Bob's your uncle, heckin' freak. They're just that gender, plain and simple. And that's how it would like to go for a lot of people, Contra included. This is how she views the world, right? And she said that if she walks into like a bar in Tennessee or something, right? Conservative place, we would imagine. She would just be treated as a woman. She would be treated as just a woman who walked into a bar. People wouldn't pay her too much mind. Maybe some people would hit on her, something like that. But in general, you know, someone would open the door for her. Most people would just treat her as a woman because that's what they saw her as. She identifies as one. She presents as one. You see her on the street. You're like, this is yes, this is female. Ooh, yes, indeed, female is here. Yes. But when she's in like more woke circles, more left-wing circles, they look at her, they're like, okay, I see what's going on. There's a trans person here, and you know what that means. We're going to be nice to them. So we're going to be like, okay, everybody, what's your pronouns? And just and do that because they know. And some people will know, obviously, or have a suspicion. We've all seen someone who looks not exactly how we would imagine someone of a specific gender to look or act. When those things just happen, right? But that is frustrating. That's frustrating, and I can understand how that's frustrating. But this got her some heat. It's Twitter, mind you. This got her some heat, as well as, well, these are the two prominent things, right? This and how she believes that a lot of the like new wave sort of trans people are kind of like non-binary NB people, right? We'll be going through a couple tweets and you're going to be seeing the term NBENBY, or N and then AB as in the letters, right? And that stands for non-binary people. And non-binary people are not, or do not identify and or do not present as man or woman, and that's okay. That just happens, all right? 'Tis life. And she said a lot of these trans people identify this way, and it sort of muddies the water for people, right? Because most of the time when these sorts of things are talked about, when transness is talked about, it's talked about in a binary sense, because that's how most people understand gender, right? Man and woman. Ah yes, man wakes up after years of contemplating. They're like, yes, I believe I should be woman, and then they be woman. This is how this works. But then non-binary people are there, and they exist, and they're valid, and this happens, and they say, but wait, they're more. Now what, right? And now this sorts of muddies the waters. It adds another layer of nuance that makes you have to come to grips with it. Now, is this a bad thing? I would say no. Just because there's nuance does not mean it's necessarily bad, but oh, hi. But it's different, and it's harder to talk about it now. And a lot of these people, they don't really care for talking about it. They don't really care for making arguments. They don't really care for debate. They hate debate. And they don't really care for changing people's minds necessarily, or any sort of tactics that do change people's minds. They don't care for it. They don't like it. They don't want to engage with it. They say, you believe this, right? You believe it because we told you to believe it, and we believe it's the right thing. So that's why. And that's dumb. And that's why I think the left on Twitter is really dumb and really bad and really garbage and very sad, very uncool and extremely not cash money. I'm moving my mic around a little bit. I don't know. Do you guys, what do you think about, there's this where it's just me and my jaw is moving, you see, but you don't see my mouth. Or I do this, right? I do this where you can hear me and I'm not talking exactly directly into the microphone, but kind of on an angle. What about this, huh? Wait, what about this? I don't know. Whatever works. I'm someone who messes with my microphone a lot when I'm talking, so I'm sorry. Please forgive. Where was I? I lost my entire train of thought. It went off the rails just like that one train in Polar Express. Just shoop, zoom, off the rails. It's not coming back. It's gone. Yep, goodbye. You will be missed. Oh shoot, what was I talking about? It was something important. Anyways, Contra said some things. Non-binary and other trans people got very upset because that's what they do on Twitter. And this is what we're going to go through. And recently ContraPoints released a video. She's been on like a quite a long hiatus. All right, about a month, 3 month or something long hiatus. It's been quite a while. It's been a minute and or two. As you can see here is her Twitter. As you can see here, the pinned top tweet, and we haven't seen a tweet since October 15th. We haven't seen a tweet since October 15th. And the last tweet on this was November 19th. So huge discrepancy between what's been going on. And this is what it says. All right, y'all. I've had enough of this for a lifetime. I'll leave this account up so no one else gets the ad. But this is my last tweet. Love you all, but especially to non-binary people who I will never stop supporting and loving. Goodbye, Red Heart. And as you can see, there's lots and lots and lots of people who are very upset about this. I, myself included. There's an OK Boomer. Look at that. And here's some controversy. Hey, you're framing this for your self-pity, but honestly, you should have had better principles. Okay. Yep, like 12 seconds with Buck Angel. Lots of stuff going on. Too much to go over in one video, so I'm just not going to try to do that. But I hope you have a very basic understanding of ContraPoints. All right? I think we should, and the drama surrounding it. So some things were controversial, right? I think some framing of some things that she said were indeed a little spicy, a little hot and spicy, too spicy for Twitter. And I think that's not okay, right? In a sense, especially if you're going to be someone who's going to who's risen to the level of prominence that she has. I think that's you probably should show a little bit more understanding of what you say, and think a little bit harder, right? Because I think we should hold people who have massive followings, no matter where, to a higher standard than we do the average person. And ContraPoints has 795,000 subscribers, a lot of subs, a lot of subs, and each video consistently for the last 11 months has been breaking 1 million views. The apocalypse that almost broke 1 million views, but all of them have been getting a whole lot of views for a year. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million plus views. Very big person. Has had articles written about her, has had interviews, has had puff pieces, has had a lot of stuff written about her and how well she connects with the average person, how well she dispels myths and untrue ideas about the trans community, about the left-wing community. Well, not necessarily the left-wing community, but left-wing ideology in total. So Contra's a good person, and Contra's done a lot of good, a whole lot of good. And over and over and over again, we'll see people like, hey, I didn't understand this about trans people. I didn't understand this about non-binary people. I didn't understand this about why we say this or that, or this sort of language that's being used, or what's going on. And Contra helped me understand that, right? Her videos constantly get past 20 minutes, 30 minutes with sort of theatrics and colors and interesting topics and interesting ways of framing, and riddled in there with this little light show that she's putting on is the politics and the arguments, and just great things. Great little philosophy, right? Great little philosophy in there, right? Of a left-wing person. This is good. Contra is good. And Contra is not a transphobe. Contra is not Blair White. Contra is not Dave Rubin. Contra is not Candace Owens. Contra is not Steven Crowder. Contra is not Nick Fuentes. Contra is Contra, and Contra is a good person. And Contra is very good for the left. Very, very good. And Contra's done more. And Contra will always contribute more to left-wing values and the improvement of the material condition of trans people and other marginalized communities in this country, United States, best country, let me remind you, than any of the people that we're going to be looking at combined. You combine them, you blend them up, and then you freaking add them twice, and then you divide by 3, and then you multiply by 1 billion, and still the globulous amalgamation of bone and sinew that you will be looking at will have done less for the world than Contra has in a single minute in her life. That's not true. But in a single video, 100%. 110% I'll stand by that. But they don't like her, right? And these people on Twitter, they don't like BreadTube, which is just left-wing Twitter. Not Twitter, left-wing YouTube. I'll call it just left-wing YouTube. Lots of people have other definitions of what BreadTube is, if it's like the socialists on, or if it's just, for me personally, when I hear BreadTube, I think of just like left-wing creators, because the right calls everybody a socialist or a communist. Communist is even more funny, because almost no one that I know is a real communist. Not too many are real tankies, but they're dumb, so they're gonna say communist. For me, just every left-wing person is part of BreadTube. That's just me. But a lot of them are operating under the definition that BreadTube is socialist YouTubers and further to the left, anarchists, communists, Marxists of any star and or stripe. And they hate them. They really hate them. They really don't like them. Really, 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 really. And even for the most minor infractions, right? The most minor infractions from orthodoxy, and they are shunned. They are absolutely ejected from the back, like excrement from a flying bird. It's really sad. And I'm not for it. I'm absolutely not for it. I want the left to be better. I want the left to be bigger, and I want it to be stronger and wiser, and also super cool and cash money. That's what I want. And because I think this is going to improve the benefits of literally everybody in this country if we can win this war. But I feel like a lot of these people, they treat leftism and the left-wing communities that they go into and are a part of more as like a social group and like a social circle jerk like parade than an actual place to advocate for policies and ideas and principles and guidelines for actually making the country better and making the world better. A lot of these people, like I said, they don't really care about argumentation. They don't really care for like wanting to reach out to people of the opposition, or even really people on the fence, and just say, hey, I understand why you believe this. I think how you believe, I think what you believe is wrong, and I want to change your mind on it. And here's a couple ideas for you to sink your teeth into. They don't do that. It's just, and you'll see it. I don't know if you'll see it. There's a couple things I didn't save them. I looked on them on my phone, but someone was talking about fascists, right? And someone was talking about debating fascists, and they said you can't debate fascists. You just have to, I don't know, suffer or something. We just, believe what we believe, and they believe what they believe, and then we'll just, keep talking to each other until someone wins. While they, actively go out and campaign, and they actively go out and recruit, and they actively go out and engage in sort of debates, while they just sit there and do literally nothing. So what do we do, right? What does the boy do? Give me 1 second. I can't type today. I'm so glad I don't have this on the screen. I'm so glad. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was terrible. We don't talk about that, okay? But they really don't like it. And well, I think these these ideas that you can't debate, things like fascism, I think fascism is bad. But I think it's inherently contradictory and dumb. That's why you find no real scholarly writings about fascism. It's just dumb. But you have to debate the people who believe it, or the people who you can ascribe the values to, or else I don't know how you get by. That's how, like it or not, that's how we work, right? If you don't go to a person who believes something and then articulate well why what they believe is dumb and why what you believe is better and why you should believe what they believe, I don't know how you do get anywhere. Really, I don't know how you get anywhere. This for debating them, it's not like how you would debate like a friend who believes something dumb about women, right? To like actually change his mind. You don't debate fascists really to change their mind. They know they're wrong. They just want what they want, and this is the best means to get there. so you don't debate them how you debate like a regular person. You debate them how you debate like well, you want to debate in public where you can change people who may ascribe either partly or wholly to the ideas that they do. So so I don't understand how you shouldn't go out to debate them, right? This is how these work. This is how this works. But apparently they don't believe that. And this is why I believe that they don't really care. They don't really care about changing the world. They just care about feeling right. And they can always feel right if they never talk to anybody if they never truly engage with somebody who thinks that they're wrong. One second. And they have a terrible rhetoric, right? They have absolutely terrible rhetoric. One thing Contra said, it just reminded me looking through some of these. One thing that Contra said is they're this just cause is an absolutely horrible stance to take, isn't it? Can you imagine if you asked someone why they believe what they believe and they just say cause? You know, that's like an answer a child gives. That's an answer a child gives. Right? Am I right and am I wrong? Because I feel like I'm right. Everyone feels like they're right. But right now I feel like I'm really right, all right? That's an answer a child gives. Like, what are you talking about? And that's not going to change people's minds. People believe the way they believe for a plethora of reasons. One, they could have just grown up with it, so that's what they do, and then they post hoc rationalize it, but they rationalize it. But you can't give someone something and then not give them a way to rationalize it and then just say believe it. Then if you can do that to that person, that's not someone you want on your side. That's not someone you want on your side. That person is easily taken from one side to another depending on how the wind's blowing. You can't hear me? Really? Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Oh. Okay, I was about to say, like, I see all my stuff working. I was really surprised if you can't hear me or anything. Oh, okay. Yeah, just because you were. Don't worry, I do the exact same thing. I have to turn on this headset here. So sometimes I'll plug it in and be like, "Hello, have I gone deaf? Has everything fallen apart? I like my ears. I would like to keep using them, preferably. I'm only 20, all right? I'm a little baby boy, and I would like to keep my ears. But that's just me." Okay, you had me a little scared there, all right? I've been talking for like 30 minutes. Okay, so this thing happened with ContraPoints. She uploaded a video about canceling. No, it's no problem, bud. Also, don't worry about it. I just wanted to make sure that the stream was okay. She uploaded a video about canceling. And canceling is when a member of a community is ostracized and criticized, I would say unfairly, by the other members of that community, right? YouTube drama, indeed YouTube drama. ContraPoints, YouTube drama. I'm freaking Killer Keemstar now, okay? Only I'm not going to say the N-word. At least not today. But that's what cancellation is. I wholeheartedly believe that someone cannot be canceled by not the members of their community. You can't, that doesn't work. Imagine, right, I'm left wing, okay? I'm left wing. Imagine tomorrow, Tucker Carlson himself, the man, the myth, the bow tie, Carface Carlson, goes onto his show. He walks up. You know how he looks. You know how Carlson looks. He goes. He has this face permanently. He's like, this small streamer, Shark 3000, said some dumb things, and also immigrants make our country terrible and dirty and bad and brown. Imagine if he did that, right? Would I be canceled? Would I be canceled? Am I gonna be canceled for that? Is my career over there? No, absolutely not. He's just exposed me to millions of people who most likely don't have the same political beliefs as me. They can't cancel me. They didn't like what I believed in the first place, or they didn't care about it. They're agnostic. You can't cancel me for that. Let's go one step down. Let's say Ben Shapiro. Let's say Ben Shapiro makes a video trying to debunk my points, and obviously I'm gonna think that they're dumb, but he does that. Am I canceled? No, absolutely not. Now let's say if a left-wing YouTuber, I don't know, like PhilosophyTube or something, came on and said this Shark 30 guy is bad, and he's also a conservative. He's basically Candace Owens, but probably a little bit darker, and he's trying to destroy black people so he can harvest their souls to connect with some pagan god who worships like running rivers. Like this would probably get me canceled, right? I mean, if I had more views, obviously this would hurt. This would greatly affect my way of communicating myself and my points here in a manner that helps when I'm ostracized by the people who I'm trying to connect with the most, right? The people who believe the same thing that I do, or the people who are on the fence. But you can't be canceled by someone who does not believe the same things you believe. So we're going to watch part of this video. We are absolutely not going to be watching all of this video because this video is 2 hours long, and I do not have 2 hours to watch a ContraPoints video. I love Contra, but the answer is no. So let's pause this. And this is a part where this is a part of the video where she talks about what people have said about her, right? And what does ContraPoints believe? ContraPoints believe trans people are cool. She believes gay people are absolutely funky. She believes that black people are also pretty chill, I guess. And she believes that non-binary people exist. These are things that Contra believes. I also believe these things, mostly. So this is going to be her talking about, also it's extremely fast. It should not be this fast. I forgot. I was watching this at 1.75 point speed. This is going to be her talking about what people have said about her online. And then we're going to hop to what people have actually said about her online. It's crazy.
There's something off with my hormone dose. Like, I'm crying 3 times a day. Oh, and I can't calm unless there's vibrators in at least 3 of my hormones. What I'm trying to say is, I really do believe in conversation. which means hearing out multiple perspectives. I don't want my audience to get all their information about trans people from me, and I think it's important to listen to criticism. So I encourage my audience to go watch some non-binary YouTubers who have criticized me and criticized Buck Angel. For example, go check out non-binary YouTuber Luxander's video about me and non-binary YouTuber Corviday's video about Buck Angel. I think YouTube as a platform is better at producing criticism rather than canceling.
Now, let's take this in for a moment, okay? ContraPoints herself said that criticism happens. Check that out. I'll check it out in a little bit, but okay? She said that criticism happens, right? My favorite thick boy. Hello. Hello, my fellow married man. How are you? How are you doing today? Thank you. Thank you for calling me thick. Thank you so Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. We're talking about ContraPoints. I'm not sure if you know who ContraPoints is. But back on track. Let's keep that in mind. Contra just said she can take in criticism, right? She can take in criticism. And a lot of these people are going to say that she can't take any criticism whatsoever. I don't want to spoil too hard, but let's see what some people said.
Vlog format. Making a video forces you to confront the fact that you're a human being with a face and a name who can be held accountable for the things that you say. But people on Twitter, it's a different story, and I think it's time we take a look at what canceling really is. I've given you enough context now for you to understand what I'm about to show you, which is what I saw on my timeline every day for nearly a month. All these tweets are from the aftermath of my uploading Opulence 2 months ago, when the Buck Angel scandal first broke. And someone better hold my hand now, because this gets ugly. Hey,
welcome to the clown show.
If you still support ContraPoints after her bigging up and collaborating with notable turf favorite and true scum Buck Angel, you're no friend to gender non-conforming, non-passing, and non-binary trans people. Fuck her, and fuck her fucking rift. I am absolutely furious right now.
They're furious. They're so mad. They're so mad. She didn't even say anything crazy. Everyone's just really, really mad for no reason. No reason at all. I looked through all the tweets. I looked through literally everything. I was parking, right? I just got some lunch, and while I was eating my lunch in the car, I read through every single tweet because I have all this IQ and I have to put it to work. All right, I'm like a really smart dog. You know, when someone gets a really smart dog, like a poodle or something, and they don't get trained, so they decide to like make their own mess instead of channeling it good into I don't know, like pulling a sled or something. That's me. Only I'm not a dog, and I'm a big boy. I'm a big human, thick boy. All right. So I need to do something with all of these IQ points. So I read, and she didn't say anything crazy. It wasn't crazy at all. And you're going to see these people are going to compare her to like the dregs of society, for not being compatible with their extremely thin idea of left-wing orthodoxy.
And managed not to be a true scum. Maybe I'm just some kind of anomaly. Or maybe ContraPoints is a conniving rat fucking capo who could do with a fully wound backhand to the mouth. Since I'm out of Twitter jail now, I just want to say, fuck ContraPoints, her sycophantic stance, and all her bread tube chums who close ranks to protect her after she throws the rest of the trans community under the bus.
Throws them under the bus. Bro, defending herself from like unjust criticism is apparently throwing them under the bus. Style over substance for turf ideology. I'm legit going to unfollow people who follow ContraPoints at this point. It's crazy, these people. I don't know what they want. Oops, I pressed the wrong button.
Blindsided by this somehow.
Eat shit, Natalie. Let's take a second, all right? Someone said something that you slightly disagree with. I guess they really disagree with this. And you... this is what first thing that you comment. All right. So we see some nice stuff. Let's get into some actual tweets by I would suspect to be living, breathing human beings. Me when I open Twitter tomorrow because ContraPoints decided to defend her shitty actions in a 2-hour video instead of apologizing and learning from her mistakes. Now, like I said, we're not going to be watching the whole video. But as far as I can tell, it seems like her mistakes that she believes that she made, she seemed like she talked about them. But that's just me. That's just me, dog. It seems like that these people just don't like her. Seriously, imagine acting entitled that you made a feature-length movie about the time someone criticized you for a good reason, mind you. Did you see the things? We didn't even go through some of the worst things that people said, right? Like, people want her kicked off of the internet. They want her to be disowned by literally everybody in her community. They want all of her. They've attacked her friends for being her friends. These people are crazy, and they're dumb. Bad faith ContraPoints criticism bingo. Ooh, she's a grifter. I think we got that. In there. She's a transmedicalist. I think, yep, that was in there. We didn't get an out of context clip, sadly. But you can only do what you can. She tries to represent the trans community. I've seen that a couple times too. I think we can get a whole bingo here. I'm not gonna do it, but I think we can get a whole bingo here. This has got to be one of the worst tweets in history on Twitter. Yep. They're so dramatic too. They're super dramatic. Everyone's super dramatic here. But I wanted to go through this because this is how she starts, right? I believe. Yes, she, her. Well, freaking hell. Someone tells you that you said something hurtful and your reaction is, what about me though? Like, oh my gosh. Anytime you try to defend yourself from unjust criticism or any criticism whatsoever that isn't, I'm sorry and I will now kill myself because you are right and I am big wrong. Anything that isn't that, they hate it. And then we go down of her just like complaining really, really hard that ContraPoints isn't dead yet. And they say, okay, I'm gonna add this here. And then they do something dumb. And then they come back an hour later, right? Because this tweet is spicy. This tweet has 300 likes and 77 comments. For this sort of thread, this is a spicy thread, okay? And then she says, okay, I'm gonna watch the freaking video, you Contra stands. Shut up about it. I'm already 30 minutes in. It's not looking good, in my opinion. And then they go, okay, I finished the video. In my opinion, lukewarm. She apologized for some stuff, like an actual sincere apology. It finally happened. Half proud. Wow. Can you? And this is going to be a theme. They don't watch the video whatsoever. They have a whole lot of hot, spicy opinions about it, and then they get really mad when people tell them to actually look at what they're criticizing. And a lot of people have been talking about this, like they talk about how Jordan Peterson is, like Jordan Peterson fans, and they're like, hey, Jordan Peterson believes this really dumb thing, and they say, yes, but you need to just watch 9 hours of lectures to understand him. Like, dog, I don't. I heard what he said. Like, they don't even do that. They don't even get that far. Anyways, let's move on. This is not what I wanted to go to. This one. Contra refusing to accept the valid criticisms exist that people were right to call her for having a true scum of her video. True scum, right? They call her true scum. True scum is a person who believes that like you have to they like gatekeep what it means to be trans or whatever, right? This happens in the black community sometimes too. It's really dumb. People who do it are really dumb. Okay, I watched part of it and confirmed what I believe. She doesn't take any fault for any of her actions. As she, in the video, clearly states, hey, I did something wrong, and I'm going to say sorry for that. Imagine literally proving her point. Oh yeah, earlier in the video, she talked about how lots of people with anime avatars talk about, gonna say some dumb stuff about her without even watching the video. This person at least watched half the video. Look at that. They at least watched half. You mean that NBs or trans and trans people can't freely criticize her and platforming true scum and harmful stuff? See, this is a Mott and Bailey, right? No one says they can't criticize her, right? No one says they can't criticize her. But saying that this is just pure gaslighting, saying that she doesn't own up to literally anything she does wrong, any of her decisions whatsoever. That's dumb. You're dumb. Everything you say is dumb. Contra just posted a long video and Twitter is already full of cis men. It's me. It is I. I am a cis man. Hello, how are you? How do you do? In lesser extent, trans folk who are largely implicated for past criticized statements, preemptively shitting on those who criticize it. As the people who criticize it, preemptively shit on it before even watching the video. Amazing. Amazing. Seriously, 2 hours long. Not watched their stuff before, and certainly not gonna put 2 hours of my life into watching this. They hate it. Yep, I'm NB. She's cool with me. Amazing. Thank you, Miss NB. Yes, I'm going to say Miss. You can't stop me. It's her cis outriders. I block them outright. Yes, anytime anyone disagrees with me, I block them. I don't know. It seems kind of fair to be shat on if you criticize the video, without even watching it. Yeah, honestly. Like, if you want to talk about Contra just in general, sure. But if you talk about specifically this video and say it's bad without even watching it, like, dog, you're dumb. Most of the criticism is Contra bad, not gonna watch. See? Like, this is just truth. This is the big truth. Oh, this tweet is unavailable. Goodbye, tweet. You will be missed. Oh, it doesn't want to load. My dogs are trying to kill each other. This is very sad. Is this tweet going to load? Am I dying? Is my internet dying? I think everything in this was deleted. But, all right. I think we got the gist. I'm done with this. I think we got the gist. People are dumb. Contra is very good. And now I'm going to be playing video games to ease my wounds, my mental wounds. I have too much. My IQ is too high for this. Okay, 12 billion IQ streamer. I must ingest copious amounts of video games. It's like a freaking neutron reactor. All right, I'm a nuclear reactor up here. All right, you always gotta keep something on the brain, or else we're gonna have a Fukushima on our hands. We're going to be playing Weeb Souls. We're going to be playing Weeb Souls. I hope everybody's excited. And tomorrow we're probably going to be playing Dark Souls. But I bought the game, so I wanted to play it. Also, I bought something. I bought Doom. I hope everybody's excited. I'm not sure who's really interested in Doom, but I was interested in Doom because Doom Eternal is coming out soon. When was the last time I played Sekiro? It was the 27th, so it's been a couple days. Let's load her up, all right? Pause that. Hold on that. All right, what was the last thing that we did in Sekiro? Last thing that we did, we beat the horse boy. I got absolutely shredded by Lady Butterfly on her second round. I did pick up a couple of snap seeds though, if that means anything. And I'm not sure what we did after that. Oh yes, we were at the gates, right? Let's get on to this screen, because this is the screen that I would like to use for Sekiro. Thank you. I spent a lot of time on it, and I would like to keep using it. Turn the volume up a little bit. Okay. This is very loud. This is too loud. Why are you that loud? Is that better? I think. I destroyed my audio settings. Look at me. The absolute buffoon. Okay. So. Actually, oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna restart my stream. I'm restarting. I'll be right back. Oh, hey, bud. Chance, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to have to restart my stream. Okay? I love you, bud.